boys, girls, girls, boys. It is day 96 or 97, and it's going to be another brief one today. It won't be quite as entertaining as 2 episodes ago, which I recommend you watch, and it won't be as. I don't know, what was yesterday's episode? I wore a hat? I don't know. Another busy day. I've been tearing my house apart. I always do this when my wife goes away because I'm a lovely husband. All right, and I know I've got a lot of insufferable qualities. All right, but I'm okay at other things. Um, Whenever my wife leaves, this is what I do. I take a week from, and I designate a week to each bedroom each bedroom. We have a bedroom, we have an office, and then we have a living room, kitchen. It's in a railroad style apartment in New York. You look that up, you know what I'm talking about. Very old school style apartment. This is a 105-year-old building I live in, which by New York standards is ancient. And I designate each week to cleaning one place, top to bottom, tear everything apart, new cleaning supplies, redesign things, restructure things. I spoke about a few episodes ago, I jokingly about how the bedroom is my wife's bedroom because I don't really give a shit about things like that. But I am very anal retentive. I like cleaning quite a bit, which is good because my wife does not like cleaning. I like cleaning. I like organizing. I love designing things in my head. I like my office is actually very much so to my liking. You only see a fraction of it, but that's just the way the camera is. So today was pantry. Pantry is a grandiose term. There's like a little inlet in our kitchen where we keep pantry-like items. And then the other day was bedroom, which I did because our bedroom is quite sparse. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm working. The day after tomorrow will be half the kitchen. Then another day will be the other half of the kitchen because our kitchen is not big, but it is filthy. And then living room, which will be the easiest place because it's just like there's not a lot going on in there. Then the office will be last, which takes quite a bit of time because Cora and I, my wife, that's her name by the way, Cora. Cora and I are quite built in here, and there's a lot to clean up. Something weird happened, and I always consider it a point of failure, maybe regret, where I hit an age, and I don't think it has anything to do with age, by the way. I think it's more so a matter of time where I began to no longer care about the design of my environment, which was always so important to me when I was a kid. I grew up incredibly poor, and I never expected to have much when I was a kid. I always knew I wanted a lot when I got older, but I always wanted to make the most I could about my environment. The idea of having an office, of having a desk, of having a personal computer, these things were completely like ridiculous. So it was so important to me when we moved in here. It was my first apartment ever. When we moved in here to be very like everything I wanted to be just the way I wanted. I had these great ideas, and then maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I just sort of, which probably sounds like a lot of time, but I've been here for a decade. I just sort of stopped caring what it looked like, which makes me very sad when I think about it because I'm not dead, and I still wake up with the sensation that things are only just beginning. And I wish I understood what it is I lost that made it so that I cared less about what things were like around me. The design of a poster, where this goes, where that goes, and why. I'm trying to think what took the place of those thoughts. Were those thoughts replaced with something else, with a lack of concern, or is it cynical? Is it nihilistic? And I don't know. I don't know why I stopped caring. I don't know. Is it energy? It's hard for me to figure it out because I want desperately to care the way I used to. And so I love cleaning the house when she's gone, and I love like reorganizing things because I feel like I'm getting in touch with something that I've lost. It's one of the weird things that'll happen if you play your cards, poorly enough. You will recognize parts of yourself that were just unnecessarily cut off, and you don't even know why. You don't remember how it happened or what caused it to happen. And you need those things. So over the next week or two, that's what I'll be doing, spending a lot of time in the apartment, fixing things up, repairing things. And my wife leaves me to all those things in terms of design because I'm a very obnoxious and obsessive and creative person, and I like things like that. But Cora is more so the builder. I know that's kind of funny. You know, she's like, if there's a piece of furniture that needs to be put together, she should do it, not me. I'm too impatient and brutish. Everything I touch, I break. So that's it for today. I got a lot to do, and I got work tomorrow, and then things are going to go back to normal, or a different kind of normal soon. She'll be back, and all of these things will have to be adjusted to, and I feel relatively positive about the future. And I feel as though there is some kind of future in general, which is not a way I've felt in a very long time. But I have no complaints, and I'm happy with the way things are going. Things could always go better, things could always be more perfect, you know. All of the intentions I set out for myself have effectively failed them all, to at least a 60 or 70% degree, but I also see the things that I did do or I did try to do, and I got close enough. With that, I can accept the terms and move forward and try to grow. Nothing is even or perfect in life, so you must learn to take these things and run as far as you can with them. I will. See you tomorrow, my friends. Thank you again.